Good morning, Wayne from Pioneer Valley here, and we have something special for you today. So, I want you to take a close look at what we've got here in the bucket. If you know what these little babies are, go ahead, pause the video right here, and put your guess down in the comments below. See if you're right. These are choke cherries. So what is a choke cherry? A choke cherry is kind of like a cherry that you know of. They're pretty small. They grow wild through most of the United States and up into Canada. They are eaten commonly by birds. The birds like them. In the wintertime, if there's nothing else to eat, the deer will eat them. And occasionally a bear might eat them. You may have heard that they are poisonous. The fruit of the choke cherry is not poisonous. This part can be eaten. That part cannot. Don't eat that part. That's the pit. Don't eat the pits. The pits contain a little bit of cyanide, and if you eat enough of them, well, they're poisonous. They will occasionally, most farmers and ranchers will try to eradicate these from their property. There's regulations in some places about whether or not you can cultivate choke cherries. The problem with choke cherries is that they carry diseases that might infect the commercial cherry crop, and if livestock eat them, they can poison livestock because the livestock will grind up the pits and eat the pits, and that's not good. So in most places, the choke cherry is considered to be a pest plant. And they don't really taste very good either. They've got a bit of a almost a bitter, astringent flavor to them, slightly tart, not real tart, but almost like eating something dry. They don't have a great flavor to them. So why are choke cherries? Why do they have such a mystique about them? Well, when the first settlers in the United States started pushing westward from the Atlantic coast, they would eat pretty much whatever they could get their hands on, and nothing went through paste. And there was a lot of these little guys that would grow wild, and so they would eat them. And so our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and our great-great-grandparents ate these little guys. And so that tradition is kind of filtered down to us. So if they're not really that good to eat, what do we do with them? Well, we're going to juice these little guys, extract the juice out of them. And the juice is actually fairly good. Add some sugar to them, process it, make them into a jelly and a syrup, and the jelly and syrup is actually pretty good. But the problem is these are hard to come by. They're cultivated wild, which means they are expensive. And if you look real closely, if I pop this open, they are mostly pit. And there's not a whole lot of juice in these. So by the time that we extract the juice from the pulp and take the pit out, there's not a lot of juice in here. So to get enough juice out of these guys to make a jelly or a pancake syrup, it's going to end up being fairly expensive. But it is pretty good, and it's nice to remember, what grandma and great-grandma did. And if you remember that flavor, and if you remember it, check back with us in a couple of weeks, and we will have choke cherry jelly and choke cherry syrup. See you next time.
Thank you, Wayne.